It's funny because the purpose of this call is to help people push to diamond, but people who show up are already diamond mostly. But we're still going to talk about this as if you aren't, because we're going to record this, and anybody who maybe couldn't make it can listen back. So I would like for some of my leaders to share their idea, what they've done. So that's all I'm going to do is start throwing out some ideas. And if you want to, if you have like a coach that you're working with that has the potential, wants it, but isn't launching quite quickly enough, they just need a little push. That's what we want to, talk about. Because obviously you can't just, if it's a discount coach, you can't do anything about it. But we're talking about those people on your team that you have your eyes on to make those 2 emeralds on your organization. So these are people that we want to be working with. You should be connecting with regularly and daily if they're trying to hit emerald. It's their goal to hit emerald. So I'm going to throw out a couple tips, and then you guys chime in. So first of all, I think it's important that you identify these people and you talk to them about a goal date. It can't be open-ended, because then it's just, if they don't hit it by a certain time frame, they don't care. It's kind of like your diamond goal date. When I have a coach that I know wants to hit diamond, I ask them to tell me what it is and put it on the calendar. I'm going to put it on my calendar, and they're going to put it on their calendar. And so that way we're both seeing it on our calendars, and we're thinking about it. So reach out to these coaches that want it, and find out, okay, what's the game plan? If you want to do this, let's talk about when you think it's realistic for you to do it, and then I'm going to help you do that. And, let them choose, but also help them be realistic. Like, a lot of people will say, oh, I want to be emerald by in a couple months or whatever. But we know that it doesn't have to be that. It can be super simple, because our emeralds are generally, my emerald was like my best friend and my mother-in-law. So I think people just kind of get scared about what that means. So that's my first thing is, make sure there's a date, make sure you reach out to them, make sure they know that they're going to be touching base with you, and touch base with them. If it's their goal, don't feel like you're harassing them. Don't feel like you're annoying them by staying in touch with them, liking their posts, encouraging their social media. If they're posting, make sure that you're really, being encouraging and recognizing them. So I know there's so many more, so I'm going to stop talking, because I think you guys all can, I think some of you can share some of your tips for helping your coaches hit emerald. I know Stephanie was helping us create a emerald or dash to emerald or something. What do we call it, Stephanie?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we call it. But yeah, it's like a dash to emerald, like a week-long training of how to get people to emerald. And I was just looking through that, what we've created so far. We have up through day 4 done. But before I got into that, I really liked how Jen asked us all to do those 20 coaches. Like, who do you have on your list? And just start inviting. I thought, it's kind of easy for me now to invite to a challenge group or a free challenge, but I still have to intentionally invite to the business. So to make that list and to start checking it off and have dates associated with that, I think that's really huge.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, and that kind of ties into the last month and a half, people keep saying, oh, Stephanie, you're adding a ton of coaches. Well, that's intentional. I've been inviting 1 to 2 coaches Monday through Friday since May 1st. Wow. So 5 days a week, I'm inviting at least 5 coaches, more often 10. So for everyone you see, I've had, I don't know how many no's. The more you invite, obviously, the more you're going to get. So.
Sure. The idea was that another rock star coach had given me her emerald to diamond or whatever, dash to emerald training, and we were going to kind of modify it for our own team. And Stephanie was going to try to get together some videos of, videos from our team to share this training. And it was going to be the last day of the second module. If you don't already know how the new coach fast track is working, it's 2 10-day modules or 2 10 assignment modules, because it's self-paced. And the last assignment, if someone hasn't hit emerald, they're going to have the choice to move into the power hour next, or the Power Hour group, or they're going to click the link to go to the Emerald group so that they get that push to hit that first big goal. So that's kind of the idea behind that. But that's not launched yet. That's kind of just on our radar. So for now, it's, we're just talking about, what can we do individually with our coaches to help them hit Emerald. So who has some tips that has worked for them to get their coaches to make those invitations, or because you all, almost all of you have Emeralds. Nobody's got anything different than what I said?
I think for me, working really closely with my coaches, most of my new coaches do my 5-day clean eating challenges with me. And actually, Diane and I have been mentoring a couple of our new coaches, and that really helped them. And we're in like a little, I open like a little conversation, a little group message with them privately. And then we like share with them exactly what we're doing and what they should be doing. And then they can, because a lot of them don't get it. They don't understand, how does it help them to lose the commission and have a coach when they could keep a coach or keep a customer and get the commission every month. And that came up over and over again with some of my newer coaches. And I'm trying to get them to see the big picture. If they're in this to build the business, then to get them to realize that building those coaches, discount or not, is going to be the way to go in the long run. So I think working really closely with them, getting them to see the big picture, and just supporting them. And as far as, I'm sure everybody does this, but as far as like you said, the constant contact, opening up that group. I've got a couple of those group messages going on, one with Diana and then 2 of our new coaches who are, working hard and making strides. And then I've got another one open with 2 of my other new coaches. So we can, actually 3 of my new coaches, so we can all kind of discuss what's going on and what they should be doing. And I can communicate with them, not just kind of anonymously on my team page, but also personally in a group message.
Okay, I like that. I don't think I've utilized that option to put a few of my new coaches in a group message to and that would be awesome, because I'm getting the same questions all the time from certain, my new coaches. And if there was just a group thread open, that might be really helpful, and it would kind of incentivize or they would push each other I like that idea. That's a good one. And I think what you're saying is really important, is seeing the big picture, and that's why I talk about adding their spouse. I try to be sensitive to that, because that does ask somebody to invest a little bit more, but I talk to them, let me know what your goals are. So long term, what do you want to see? Because I also feel like I'm doing them a disservice to not explain to them how important it is. If you do want to grow this big, you want your spouse in as soon as possible. So that's the thing for me. I don't want to assume they can make that happen either, and feel like I'm pushing them to invest more. But I just know that now that my business is so big, the higher my husband is up in there, the more that I'm gonna benefit from that. So I think it's important to have that conversation to find out, okay, specifically, what do you want to see happen from this? Because we want to talk about the big picture. And that's when you can talk about, getting your spouse is going to be the long term. You have to balance that with what you can afford to invest right now, and then giving them the options. You don't have to keep them active necessarily until you have that other coach. So I think sharing with them, it's important, even though you might feel bad, suggesting it, when money might be the issue. But I think it's also important for them to know, because growing a big business, you want to cash in on that volume, because our team is building like crazy. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing it, but I can't hardly keep up with all the new coaches that are coming into our organization. It's crazy. So that's the missing opportunity when they wait too long to add them. So the big picture conversation is important. Any other tips that you guys can share? Kristen, you're a newer diamond, and so how did you help your coaches hit Emerald?
So my coaches, I was pretty lucky. Both of my coaches, one of my coaches that was Emerald signed up for people right away. So I have a script that when I do a challenger, I always offer them to be a coach, even though I realize that that's not going to be a business builder. And I had shared that with my team, that same script. So my first Emerald was able to get her people for the exact same way. Perfect. And then my second Emerald when I became Diamond was my husband. Mm-hmm. So I just used my customers to make him Emerald.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a great point right there. She has that script that she has a great one, and there's one in the team file section by Anita Miron. When anybody who and this is good for you, any of you who don't currently have the 8 coaches, you need 8+ really, you need more than that to keep it, but using that script, I mean, you should be in recruiting mode. When you have to be a heavy recruiter. Like, I don't offer that to everybody now because I don't need to, but when I'm like trying to hit rank, like when I open up my next business center and I want to get to Diamond, everybody that signs up for Challenge Pack, I'm going to make sure that they know that they have that option. What?
Where's Elephant Alley?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, the stuffed animals, Elephant and Alley. So using that script and teaching your team who wants to hit Diamond, if you're going to get any of those challengers that you have, I know that's commission that you're not, they'll get the initial commission, obviously. So that script is important to share. Even if you don't currently use something like that, I mean, letting them know that that's available, because that is, now that we're so comfortable talking about the business, sometimes, that's not even, we don't think about it, but a script is really helpful for a new coach. Even if they don't use it word for word, just giving them some words to inspire them to know how to talk can really give them some comfort and some relief that, oh my gosh, okay, it's not that big a deal. So great. Thank you for that. I didn't even think to talk about that, but thanks, Kristen. Let's see. Any other tips that you would like to share? Okay, we probably covered most of them. All right, so now I'm going to open this up to questions. Like I said, oh, there's Diana. Hi, Diana. Okay, so now it's good timing for questions. Like most of us are, a Diamond rank, but Martha, and how are you feeling right now with your current organization? Do you have any questions or anything that your challenges are? What's that?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. One of my newest coaches just signed her husband up, so she's halfway to Emerald, which is pretty exciting. And then I'm trying to encourage without pushing another coach to become Emerald. I think she's just a little bit uneasy and having trouble, so I don't want to be pushy. So I like your idea of maybe setting a goal with her and holding her to that, because I think that I can encourage her in a nice way. I just don't want her to feel like I'm putting the pressure on her. I don't think I have any questions. I've been trying to offer the discount for Challenge Pack, anyone buying a Challenge Pack, or I think Kristen mentioned last week offering it to anybody whose new shipment is coming up. So I'm hoping that will work out to get me some more coaches.
Good. Yeah, that's another strategy that I use. I go to my back office and look at my orders for the last 30 days. And anybody's coming up, I throw it out there. And that's perfect too, because it offers a deadline. Because we're talking about the discount. Oh yeah, I should do that. But when it's like, yeah, but your shake is shipping on Thursday, so if you want it, you'll need to do it today. So people need a deadline, because we just procrastinate and we are busy. So I do like that, because that does seem to be effective. Diana, we were talking about strategies for Emerald before this. I was opening this up for discussion questions for anything you guys had, but just so you know, the topic has been strategies for helping our coaches achieve Emerald, because that tends to be the most challenging part of achieving that Emerald or that Diamond rank. So do you have any struggles with helping do you have worker bees who are trying to hit Emerald? Do you have any challenges with that or questions?
Well, I'm just fortunate to have my one Emerald that she's a go-getter. So I really haven't had, I haven't had anybody else working it. I feel like right now I'm over that hump, like that hump where it's like, I have all these feelers out there and some people are saying they want to do the discount and everything. But I mean, what Katie said about having Jen in our small group, a chat, that helps because it helps me to push myself. And seeing her work hard, of course, I want to do better, to help her. So I think that those chats are good. If I'm going to continue to do that if I, when I sign up other people to work the business.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to implement that myself. That's a good idea. So is your husband on the opposite leg of your Emerald?
Yeah, he is. And that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to balance that on my left leg and on his, under him, who I should put there as a discount coach and all that. So
Gotcha.
I'm almost there.
Okay, good. Okay, so doesn't necessarily have to be Emerald related, but what other topics or what other things are you guys challenged with when it comes to pushing for this? Time management, like anything. This is a forum to talk to. This is different than our team calls, so please feel free to open up.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, so like your day, what does it look like? Do you have your phone with you all the time, or do you actually physically put it down so you don't get, so enthralled with everything? Because that's I know that I need to find a schedule. I know that I need to do that. But inevitably, you have your phone with you, and so then you feel like, oh, I got to answer that question. So what does your day look like?
Yeah, mine's crazy, but everyone's crazy. So yeah, I think for me I have to turn off my notifications because it's like my Pavlov's dog. If I hear that chime or I see that little notification, it's like I can't hardly resist. So I have to I'll just charge it in the other room when I know that I need to be focused on just, being with the kids or, whatever I need to be doing. So I think defining a schedule is hugely important because you could work this business all day long if you want. You could, anybody, it's relationships. So, so you just have to decide, what is reasonable for me to be doing every day. And if, I got to a certain point where there was no way I was going to do this without an assistant. And I literally now I have assistants working 40 hours a week now at this point. So when you see people posting, sometimes I'm saying, I'm shooting out a message to somebody, hey, can you post this? So I don't even have to spend time doing it. So as it increases, you're going to have to start thinking about those things, how you can delegate and how you can systemize certain things. So that you're not, when you feel like you cannot do your business, when you feel like you cannot put your phone down, then either you're not delegating enough, or you're doing non-business building behaviors or activities. Do you know what I mean? So kind of, because I'll find myself doing the same thing. I'll have my phone in my hand, and if it's in my hand, then there's a lot that I feel like I could do. And if I didn't, I'd be fine. So, I think that's a challenge for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely need to set my hours. And I have one last question.
For sure, yeah.
I know that I need to, when I approach somebody, or actually they approach me about Shakeology, there's always good to set a deadline. If you order by a certain time, I'll give you an incentive, whatever. And I kind of did that with this one girl, but just in general, if someone is interested and you're chatting with them or messaging with them and they said, yes, send me the info. Okay, great. I'm going to order. And I waited a week and then another week. I don't know, should I just not on the third time? Do you have 3 times as a rule that you don't keep contacting them? Because obviously I don't want to be annoying, but I know that people just look at their messages and look at them and then they forget. And then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. You know what I mean? There's that fine line. So I don't know, just that.
Yeah, you guys chime in after me, but Yeah, so I've tried to like prevent that by saying, here's the link, I'll follow up with you tomorrow to make sure it went through okay, or let me know when you've placed the order so I can make sure that your order went through okay. So I kind of give them a little bit of accountability so that I don't feel like I have to annoy them again. Does that make sense? So they know the same thing, like when I'm inviting them back to the business or inviting them back to the challenge group, I say, I'll check back with you tomorrow to make sure that it went through, or I'll check back with you tomorrow to see how you like the video. So I say, I'm going to check up with you, so they know they're going to hear from me. So that means, oh, I need to do that because she's going to check back with me. Or when she hears back from me, she's not like, oh, she's annoying. She knew. So, you know what I mean? It's different than me feeling like, hey, so did you do it? What's up? Right. So I think that's so I don't really have a rule of thumb, like how many times I check back with them. But I have, so I've had like a coach before who I said, when we had our new coach call, I said, so let me know, if you ever go MIA, do you want me to follow up with you? Do you want me to hound you? Do we leave you alone? And so I asked that question, and this coach went MIA for weeks. Like, I'm saying, she saw my texts and saw my messages. And I mean, like, I would have seemed annoying if she hadn't, I think, like, so I eventually just said, hey, no big deal if you're not into this anymore, just let me know so I can leave you alone. And sure enough, she's like, oh, no, I really do want this. And so it was just all the other things going on that she couldn't, and I think
that's a good one. I like that.
We get so caught up in what we think people are thinking, and they're not.
Right.
And I probably would not have pushed so hard if I hadn't asked her that question like months ago. And I'm glad I did, because I would have left it alone a long, long time ago. Let her go. And she was so happy that I came back to her. She was so happy because she's like, I'm so glad you did. I really need this, and blah, blah, blah. So, I think you might be able to say something to that effect. Hey, I saw that you didn't place the order. Let me know if you didn't want, let me know if you're not interested.
Right.
I'll leave you alone. I just want
to right. That's good.
Because maybe they had trouble, who knows? Or you
know what? It's so funny. The person that I'm talking about just messaged me. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't see the rest of it. But anyways, I do like that you said, to just say, hey, let me know, because, I don't want to not keep bothering you, but I can, however you worded it.
Right.
I think that's good.
Does anybody else have does anybody else have anything to share there, what they do, or do you guys have a rule of thumb how you handle that, people not responding? Or do you just keep asking them? No. Like Jen McNeil's, I'm not going to let her live it down that she said that I invited her to the business 4 times, and I don't believe her. I think she's lying. I'm glad I didn't stop at 3. All right. All right. Anything else, guys? Okay, let's ask the really important question. Katie and Stephanie, how did you like class tonight? Katie and Stephanie came to my work class tonight. I subbed for a Zumba class. No one could teach Zumba, so I just had Katie and Stephanie came to take the class with me. So fun to have you guys there.
It was awesome. I loved it.
It was so much fun. You are so fun. I love watching you. I smiled the whole time. Can you tell? I had so much fun.
It's so fun.
You're such a great instructor. I'm going to miss you. Don't move.
I know, me too, so much. I hope you teach at Summit. I hope you teach Turbo at Summit.
I'll just lead size classes like right here on these.
There you go.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, I might get lucky because I'm in Tampa, so I might be able to drive over to Orlando and take a class with Megan.
Well, I need to get a job now.
Or I'm sorry. Yeah, not Orlando, Gainesville.
I've already started looking for a job. I'm like, no, we don't have any spots. Sometime. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to send you off if you don't have any questions. Nothing? All right, for those of you who are hanging tight for the elite call, I'll shoot you the Zoom link, like in the diamond group. So just so you know, that's coming at you. So anybody, and you guys are all welcome. Anybody, I'm talking about elite with some of my diamonds. Anybody can hit elite this year. Just have to have 5 diamonds and then some points, and that's what we're about to talk about. So if anybody's interested, let me know. I'm about to talk about it on a Zoom. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Bring some questions for next time. If there's a topic that you guys would like to discuss on these calls, let me know. There might be, I'm thinking maybe like a, tell me what you think about this. Downline placement, call about placement in an organization. Does that sound like something that people, so I tend to get a lot of questions about placement and income, how to best maximize. Is that something? That might be a topic we can discuss.
I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, I've got some background noise. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Now to get into this group I'm in, 4 coaches. Is that your requirement?
4 active coaches.
I have one that got it today. So we moved in here. Teresa.
Oh, great. Good. Yeah. And that's a good incentive too for my coaches. I've found to help them and sponsor more coaches that I know want it. If I say, oh, you get a special group and a special call, you just need 4 coaches. That's helped me. That's helped me help them, because I think people like this, because we're all motivated by different things. People are motivated by money. Some people are motivated by rank. I'm motivated by access to things. Personally, I like special treatment. Does that make sense? That's something that I've always, like, I don't get as excited about the rank and the money, but when they say elite gets VIP this, I'm like, ooh, I want to be a VIP. So that's kind of what I find helps incentivize, is saying, you know, this group with special training and special calls and access to the leaders, because this is valuable. Like what you guys have right here with like these diamonds in here, like these are a wealth of knowledge. So please feel free to like, and they're so ready to share it, you know, they're so ready to share their experience, because this team is so awesome and collaborative. So this is, I mean, it's really an amazing opportunity to be able to like mastermind with these people. So, I mean, I love it. So, I mean, I'm just going to use Katie's idea. So yeah, definitely use it.
What's her idea?
Oh, we're talking about emerald strategies. How to help, because that's the hardest thing I think for most people when it comes to hitting diamond, getting those emeralds in place. And we shared some ideas, but Katie said something about she keeps like a group message thread open with like, say, Diana, her success partner, and her new coaches. So several new coaches like within a group thread, and there's conversation flowing regularly. So I liked it because I feel like I'm answering individual questions from all my new coaches individually. And it's like, it gets repetitive. And so if they were kind of, because now that we don't have like we don't have like the training to have success partners, I think that could be really helpful for my coaches to have, I don't know, that interaction. Anyway, I like the idea. I'm going to use it. So that's what I love about this call. So yeah, use it as an incentive to get people to this group, as an incentive to help your coaches sponsor and hit diamond, because you're all going to be star diamonds by the end of the year, right? All right, guys. Have a great night, and I look forward to talking to you in a couple weeks. Good night.